Jai Ho students, welcome to SK CBSE's DG Vidya class session. Students, in previous class we were discussing about the fractions. Clear? So what is fraction, and we have also discussed the main three types of fractions. Yes? So once again I am going to recall what is fraction and what are the three types of fractions. So fraction, we have seen that fraction is a part of whole and which has two parts, that is numerator and denominator. Clear? And here there are three types of fractions. Mainly we have seen that three types of fractions: proper fraction, improper fraction and mixed fraction. Proper fraction means the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Improper fraction, the numerator is greater than the denominator. And mixed fraction is a fraction with natural number and proper fraction. So these definitions and examples we have discussed in the earlier class, that is in the previous class. And there are some other types of fractions where we can see in our portion, that is in the syllabus. That is unit fractions, like fractions, unlike fractions and equivalent fractions. There are many types of fractions. Along with these we have seen. So next we have to go with what is unit fraction. Unit means we have to take the entire whole and we have to make the sub parts. So that is only what we can say. A part is the fraction from the whole. Whatever the part we have taken now, that is fraction. Fraction is a part of whole. If you take only one part from the entire whole, that is called as unit fraction. Unit fraction is a fraction in which the numerator is always 1. A fraction with numerator 1 is called as unit fraction. What is unit fraction? The fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. What do you call them? Unit fractions. The fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. So you can give example. 1 by 13 is unit fraction. From out of 13 parts, we have taken only one part. That is 1 by 13. 1 by 100. Yes. 1 by 77. These all are unit fractions. So unit fractions are the fractions with numerator 1 are called unit fractions. Clear? Next come to like fractions. What are like fractions? Two or more fractions are said to be like fractions when they have the same denominator. If the denominators of the given fractions, the denominators of the fractions is same. Here, two or more fractions with the same denominator, with the same denominators are like fractions, what we can say, if the fractions, two or more fractions, if they have same denominator, then those fractions are called as like fractions. 2 by 5, 7 by 5. So here we can see denominators are same, whatever the numerator it is, but the denominators are same. 11 by 5, 4 by 5, 3 by 5, even 1 by 5. So these all are what we can say like fractions. Why? Because they have same denominator. So these fractions are said to be like fractions. Next, come to unlike fractions. What do you mean by unlike fractions? So here same denominators are like fractions. If the denominators are different, we can say they are unlike fractions. What are those? 2 or more fractions. 2 or more fractions. 2 or more fractions with the different denominators. With the different denominators are unlike fractions. Are what type of fractions? Unlike fractions. Unlike fractions. So those fractions are said to be unlike fractions. So you can give many examples. 1 by 7, 3 by 5, 4 by 13, 11 by 16, 15 by 77. So we can give many examples for unlike fractions. So here we can say they have different denominators. So these fractions are said to be unlike fractions. And next, last one is equivalent fractions. So what are equivalent fractions? If you multiply or divide by any non-zero integer to both numerator and denominator, we obtain another fraction. That fraction is called as equivalent fraction. So what we have to do? When we divide or multiply, or divide both numerator and denominator by the same non-zero integer. Means you are not supposed to multiply with 0, you are not supposed to divide with 0. Let's say non-zero integer, then we obtain another fraction. That is equivalent fraction. That is what we can say, equivalent fraction. So you see some examples. 3 by 4. For 3, if you multiply with 2, then what we get? 6. Then we have to multiply 4 with 2 also. Same non-zero integer, that is 4 2s are 8. 3 by 4 and 6 by 8 are equivalent fractions. And again you can multiply with 7. 3 sevens are 21, 4 sevens are 28. So these all are equivalent fractions. You can multiply with 100. That is 3 into 100, 300. Divided by 4 into 100, 400. So these all fractions are said to be equivalent fractions. Dear students, I hope you all understood all these four types of fractions, such as unit fractions, like fractions, unlike fractions, and equivalent fractions. Okay, so in the next class we will study how to convert improper fraction as a mixed fraction and mixed fraction to improper fraction. So till then, take care. Jai Hind.